Yeah, Forde, a tough game, especially considering how the team started the night. What happened from your point of view in that third quarter that saw things fall apart?
Yeah, we've had a few issues in the third quarter. We knew coming out at the half time that what Tassie do a great job of is a lot of the hustle and the energy. They started off scoring off an offensive rebound, so that hurts. And, they were doing a good job slowing us down. We couldn't get through anything. Scott going down rattled the whole group, myself included. So it took us a while to regroup from that. But, the reality is Tassie did a great job just doing all those 1%ers. They were hitting the screens, they were pushing us off our spots. But, yeah, 10 offensive rebounds, including, obviously, the rebounds off a foul shot when the game's in the balance. That really hurt us.
Yeah, just on Scott Machado, it looks like another tough injury for his heel. Can you give us any more insight into what his injury looks like at this point?
Nah, nothing. I don't know yet.
But obviously a tough player to see go down. What impact did that have on the rest of the game in your point of view?
Yeah, to be brutally honest, it did rattle the group. I didn't even realise he was down. I called the timeout. I used up all my timeouts in the third, but that was the second timeout. And as I'm thinking about the message going into the timeout, I look over and Scott's in a lot of discomfort. So I wasn't prepared for it, so it took me a while to adjust. And I know the group obviously was impacted by it. Yeah.
And just on other injuries, did Jarrod's shoulder, is that okay at the moment? It looked like he was clutching that a bit during the game.
Yeah, he's been carrying that for the last week. It was a bit touch and go today. A couple of knocks against New Zealand aggravated it. Nothing. It was just regular basketball type plays that aggravated it. But yeah, he's carrying that injury at the moment. So we'll assess him and see how he pulls up. Knowing we've got a quick turnaround facing Melbourne at home in like 48 hours.
I know you talked a lot last month about wanting to see players play with energy and excitement. Was that sort of the thought behind playing Ben so early tonight? Was that something you wanted to see from him, like that energy and that excitement on the court?
It was more necessity with Scott going down. Taj wasn't great for us tonight, I didn't think. So, I didn't want to burn JK out, and so I knew I wanted certain guys to potentially close out the quarter. I wanted JK potentially be in that position, especially knowing that Bull's in foul trouble. It was just out of necessity for Ben to get out there and be solid for those 3.5 minutes he was out there for.
Just last one for me, JK. Obviously a tough second half from the team. You didn't play much in the first half, but when you came out in the second half, did you notice anything that changed from your point of view from the team's play?
No, not particularly. I think, like Forde spoke about, we just got rattled. And I think mentally we got to be better. But even before Scott went down, we're still in the game. We're only down 4 points or something, and we're walking off the court with our heads down, and we're down 20. But we just got to be mentally stronger and realise teams go on runs and just be solid and work our way out of it. Like, it's just part of basketball.
JK, can you just talk about how close this group is? Because you've shown a lot of heart to battle through everything you've dealt with this year and then play some good basketball the last couple of weeks. And I guess it shows that you're a pretty tight unit, the fact that seeing Scott go down actually did rattle you a little bit. In a way, it's a positive that you guys must be so close.
Yeah, I think, we are a very close team. I think at times we're too close and we're too afraid to hold each other accountable and call out things, but we're a brotherhood, and one man goes down, the next one steps in and fills his place. I think we have that mentality and we have the ability to do it. It's a shame we keep going down with injuries, but like I say, next man up.
Do you look forward to the challenge on Sunday now? I know it's a short turnaround and it's tough travel, but it's a good test against Melbourne United, and the last couple of weeks you've shown as a team that you're up for these challenges.
Yeah, I think so. I think, these are the fun games. You really got nothing to lose. You're undermanned. You can come out, play hard, and leave it all out there. I think that's kind of when we're at our best, is when we're playing fearless, we're playing free, and we're just getting out and hooping.
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I'm just curious. Have you had a thought about your future now that we're only sort of 2.5 weeks away from the season finishing?
No, not really. From here, just go back to New Zealand, play in New Zealand League, play All Blacks, I think evaluate from there.
Adam, obviously Nate was hampered, as you mentioned, couldn't play obviously lots of minutes, but how impressed were you with how good he looked in the low block? He looked really imposing every time the ball was down there. They needed to, even when they were doubling him, he was just muscling the ball in. You know, obviously it would have been great if he could play 35 minutes and dominate, but how did you see his game tonight?
Yeah, he was great. You know, we didn't do him too many favours, I think, trying to get him the ball, you know, in the right sequence. But, you know, when he did get it, yeah, exactly as he said, he's tough and he's got a great vision for a big. So even with the ball in his hands, knowing where guys were digging in from, he's directing his teammates to find particular windows, hit a couple of guys on the cut. Yeah, like, this was a great game. And even on the defensive end, especially more so in that first half, having him in that drops coverage, you know, and managing the guards and the big roll-in, it was definitely one of his better games. I agree with you. Like, there was a couple of times where he played through it. Like, I was ready to sub him out and he wanted a little bit longer, but he was definitely playing through some discomfort. So I tip my hat to that because, you know, that's tough.
Yeah, and just lastly from me, with Scotty, obviously the loss tonight, it's always disappointing to lose, but I sense that your overriding emotion is just you feel gutted for Scotty. He's been one of the great imports probably the last decade in this league, and it just hasn't gone his way this season. Just any thoughts on that, Adam?
Yeah, it's just tough. It's been a tough year for him.
All right, it's good. Appreciate it. Thanks, Adam.
Thanks, everyone.
Cheers.